that we necessarily expected. G2 stealing their opponent's map pick and now going to Mirage. They're going to be full of confidence, brimming, in fact. Big no, they're only a map from elimination, and that can't feel good. Fast out mid for G2. It's the name of the game as they set towards A. Nexa flashing them up con, and into the site they go.
Oh, fast in. Hunter, first man through that con smoke, while the rest of the gang is splitting in through the short side. Sadly, this isn't information that Big have, and Hunter now is a pretty big problem in the just a thorn in their side. XANTARES tagged up, and he should be a dead man walking here. Very, very low. Kenny catches that rotate back through the apartments. G2, they've got the B bomb site. They've got a significant advantage here in the 5-on-3 with that bomb down. And for Big, the harsh reality might have to set in that this one looking too far gone. XANTARES cancelled out, double swing onto Keto. Just syrson left alive over at the short side. He's got to pack his bags and leave.
Man, that was a really nice fake. That faked me out, and I'm watching the map. Like, you know, Nexa coming out from ramp, throwing a quick flash over con into A, and Hunter just dives into the A site, chasing jungle. Not only does that sell the A fake somewhat to Big, pushing tiziaN B and keeping players deep in the A site, but also Hunter, his pathing is great because he's able to flank that B bomb site and, you know, come in on the back line. So that's a really nice pistol for G2, storming up short and taking the first. Big forcing. But as mentioned on the desk, G2, back on that previous map, they didn't drop to a single force, a single eco. None of these D grounds that Big showed on Inferno, either half were able to pick up a victory, which, you know, not only is a rarity to see Big not able to find success on a force, but to see G2 you know, cleanly take anti-ecos, that's a good sign.
Yeah.
A rare sign, but we'll take it. Let's see if they can keep that going into Mirage.
Looking like it could move back to one of these B plays. tiziaN trying to go for the jump in D.
Respect.
Could you imagine? Here comes that B push though. tiziaN's gonna have a few more chances with this Deagle. He's lost his teammate. There's the first for tiziaN, and that's all for tiziaN. Oh, the lineup is almost through. XANTARES has pulled attention away as well. Into a 3v2 with this bomb trapped in the site. tabseN in the market. Oh, the timing. Oh, the timing. He held for that peak for so long, and then he's like, nah, Kenny ain't giving it to me, so I'll jump now. And then Kenny swings. Oh, and they're even hunting XANTARES down. Hunter's seeing him. Hunter wants that $600.
Pay up. XANTARES doesn't stay here as well. He tries to escape last second, move towards A. Perhaps he's going to get backstabbed, but by the looks of things, just going to hold on. And Hunter running out of time, but he's definitely got the right idea right now. Checking everything, but he knows where the path leads, and that is to the back of XANTARES with a knife ready to come through.
Knife.
Yeah!
There it is! Get stuck in, Hunter. You can't.
Picks it up nonetheless.
You know, we were talking a lot about, you know, like the feelings that would be going into that game, especially with XANTARES and tiziaN struggling so much. Well, getting knifed in the second round is also not great for team morale.
True.
And it's that, you know, not only does it serve to kind of build you up if you're Hunter there, but it's also made you a boatload of money, and now you're running the Mac 10 again to make even more.
Yeah, what's really worrying for Big is, you know, the last 4 series they played against G2, they've won. That includes a best-of-5 grand final where G2 had a map advantage. That was back at DreamHack Masters, if you recall.
I remember that.
And then Big went on to take the #1 spot that obviously they did fall from. You know, who didn't last year after taking #1 after some time?
Mate, there was a time where Fnatic were #1
Heroic,
in the world, you know?
Fnatic,
Like, yeah, we had a lot.
Big. I mean, everyone was up there last year. G2 were definitely even making a name for themselves. But yeah, G2 lost 4 series in a row. 3 of those series, keep in mind, were with the French roster. Only the last one was with, you know, Hunter and niko. But even then, Big won it. So this could be the first time that G2 break that streak in 4 whole series in 6+ months. And right now they're looking good to do it. This eco, though, getting a bit out of control. MNX selling the B fake quite well. The bomb's rotating, in fact, but it doesn't really matter. He's killing everyone in B. syrson, ooh, okay. He's read it. He knows that the bomb is not there yet. Someone's made that call that they've just seen one man, and now he's going to hear the footsteps.
Does syrson get a revenge knife? Oh, he gets one. They should be able to deal with him, and there it is. He bought some time for XANTARES to come round, but he misses everything with the Deagle. G2 get onto a third.
The fact that he gets one there with a USP.
Yeah, is impressive enough. I'm more surprised that they actually have the foresight to like check for him in that position.
Well, this is a great start for G2. Keep in mind, back on Inferno, they went up 3-0 and then Big struck together 7 rounds in a massive streak. G2 still recovered the half. Let's see if Big can break the bank right now with their first rifle round. Orp on syrson as well versus Kenny S. Certainly the battle that Kenny was loving. He was all over it last map. I don't think he lost the AWP battle in the entire time. So Hunter faking B, throwing all of his grenades. 3 in the palace right now. Kenny's going to be lining up utility towards the A site. Smoke's already down, and here come G2 popping into the site.
Yeah, very, very fast again, right? Back to these just disrespect, fast plays. syrson does have that AWP, and he might have to step up with it here. Can peek through the edge of this smoke. Oh, and he nails that shot onto niko. That has set Big up in with a chance now. That Molotov can burn out nexa as well. He has to dodge it. Swinging himself wide into the sandwich. Oh, it's so close. And there it is, the final tick on that molly. Gets rid of nexa. So now we look at Hunter and Kenny S. An unlikely duo forced to fight this one out side by side. Kenny with the AWP. First shot misses. The Eagle doesn't do any better. They are on that bomb. Ooh. And there's the kill for syrson. Defuse comes in. Kenny just admits defeat in that one there. Big with the retake. And some great stuff out of syrson to begin this CT side.
Yeah, direction that they're thrown the entire time, like non-stop, until the end of the Molotov. And more damage will be done near the end as well. Not that that matters. Nexa was 1 point of health. syrson in the connector. Molly comes through. He drops the bomb right in his feet. Leg as well coming through, and even kills the full HP Nexa. Somehow Hunter's the one to live, but that works wonders for Big as XANTARES finds another. niko out the palace, somehow winning that spray. Wall banging Keto, and the orb's been picked up to great use. Hunter should be a dead man walking, standing in the corner. Bomb dropped for the second time, and niko now has it all to do.
Oh, but look at him. He's being very decisive in his movements here, wrapping fast through CT and trying to use that pace. Get in the minds of Big a little. tiziaN and tabseN fighting side by side in the connector, but the vent isn't broken. And for niko, that is disaster striking. He's now going to take the long way around. And the longer he takes, the more Big can start to expect a little trick from niko's big bag of tricks here. All the way around to short. Over in top mid, there's tiziaN. That could offer up a kill. tabseN is completely repositioned. It is a game of cat and mouse. tiziaN is homed in on the short side. niko might just walk into his death here. It's going to take something pretty spectacular. And there it is. tiziaN now out of the round. And niko taking it all around the world and back again. Has to break event eventually. And he hopes that gets the attention of tabseN. But there's the peak from connector. Round locked in. And Big just about salvage it to put up a second.
My, oh my, that was everything, right? Really nice try for niko. The fact that he reads that top mid position as well, that should have never even been a chance with the vent not broken in the window. Like you said, a certain point hits where the clock is in your mind if you're Big and you're going, well, he could be anywhere by now. He could have completely reset. So you've got to account for every possible position. And Big now building into this game, much as how they did on CT Inferno, finding a second, pushing the top and middle in this one, not waiting around. Nate keeps Hunter back as well. niko's got the only gun, and G2 running up catwalk. They don't even know. niko caught, looking the wrong way, and it's going to be 2 kills for Big as this B play tries to come through. tiziaN is reported by XANTARES, but a dink received. tiziaN's got to do everything else as XANTARES cowers behind the corner. tiziaN with another, and the bomb loose again. No hope for Kenny. Big 3-3.
Yeah.
We're seeing the results already. G2 about to break their curse and trying to take down Big for the first time.
And that's why I really, I really hope we get the distance out of this series. Not just because this is 2 great teams, but I want to see that Vertigo head-to-head more than anything. Kenny's orphan style on that map is so exciting, and then seeing him go blow for blow versus syrson, that has potential to be such a treat. So I hope we get there, but for us to get there, Big, they need to recover. They're a map down. They're on G2's map pick. And to open up round number 7, they've lost 2 players to open it up. amanek with the MAC-10 makes mincemeat out of tiziaN in the apartments. Big now, how do they respond to this? All the pressure is on them to reclaim anything in a round like this. G2 slow it right down. They're not giving anything over.
Yeah, syrson gets spotted on the jump, gets a bit of info, but was it worth it? You've got to make a gamble here if you're big. Either get aggressive or stack a bomb site, and they're doing both. tabseN moving into middle. He's going to get caught. syrson's pre-rotated to fill his void in that B bomb site, but no one's committing here for G2. Shuffling some utility into B for nanawwk. He's only got a Mac, though. He could go on a hero play, jump out apps, and try and figure out whether this site is clear or not. Even if he dies, it's confirmation that the AWP is here, and G2 can set up to avoid it. Oh, that jump and the drop, both heard by nanawwk. Re-smoke for the AWP, and yeah, G2, they know at least one player is B, so that's enough to fully rotate and go elsewhere, hoping that they can find a bomb plant here. Keto cowering behind default, they're not looking. Oh, he had an opportunity, he had one hell of a chance, but he only gets one, and that is not enough to make this round interesting. AWP gets nanawwk dead in the apartments. Can't escape on default, and look at the hunt right now. G2 have him trapped.
And they don't even re-peek from short. Man, this feels so asphyxiating if you're syrson. You know they're closing in on you. You know they want to take this AWP away. And so he's got to watch 100 angles with just 2 pairs of eyes. syrson, they're getting ever closer. Yeah, wait, hang on. That is 4 eyes. Oh, wow. syrson, not a glasses wearer. Here he is. Back of the bomb site. G2, they want to get it. Are they even going to move in? They've just got him trapped.
I'm surprised.
They're giving him the room. They're giving him the respect.
You know, you want to build your own money at a certain point. They definitely know the season's low, though, right? Someone got a lot of damage off on short. But surprised they don't, you know, try and all move in at the same time. Like, there's no way he's going to be able to kill all 3. You'd like to think, if you're G2, that 3 players pushing in could have found that AWP. Either way, it's not the end of the world. The money isn't perfect for big. However, that AWP being saved allows for a buy here. syrson drops one over, and now we have double AWP. So it does make a hell of a lot of difference to big in terms of investing. They probably would have ecoed otherwise. Fast out mid for G2. tabseN smoke spam finds nothing. Keto back to Con, and this the AWP here earlier for syrson was really good. So can Keto replicate that? Missed shot, smoked off, and G2 get up cat.
niko's here very, very quickly as well, right? Even though big know that they don't have this mid control, you're not ready for niko that close. Flashed in by nexa. syrson gaining a lot of ground over here towards T-spawn. Well, missed the timing to spotting any of these players. nexa, oh, they're coming back your way. syrson, now's the time, but a missed shot. It lands between both the targets. G2, do they want to dedicate time to flushing syrson out of the backline? Because while he's here, big can afford that many more players to other areas of the map, not having to worry about this T-spawn into A play. They look like they want to deal with syrson, and to do that is easier said than done. He's removed nexa and is quick to retreat, wants to keep this 4-on-4, keep big all even.
It definitely feels like an oversight when you know the AWP's there to just dry peek the angle, right? You have flashbangs if you're G2, maybe you're saving them for the site, but you have more than enough. And so it would have been nice to see them try and flash syrson off there. But instead, they just walk in and give him the 4v4. There's not much you can do if he's on the angle. He's not missing that. Oh, connector cleared. tabseN finds the lurker of nanawwk, and syrson's repositioned into Palace. They've got mollies, they're going down, but none of them for this position. syrson has a big chance to drop the bomb, and he's done exactly that, backing up. And G2 are going to try and desperately get this plant in. It's denied. Only Kenny S in a 1-on-4, and 10 seconds to do it. It's going to be a big round through and through, and big props to syrson in doing so. tiziaN also denying the plant twice. That AWP, that double AWP. It's deathly for G2, and now so is their money.
Yeah, only pistols in a round like this, so you know, just looking to draw some money out of big, really. That's all you can hope for in a round like this. You don't have anything. nexa with some utility, hoping to make something happen. It's probably going to be a slow round from G2, right? The more utility that you burn out of big, you know, even though it's like a small part of the overall reinvestment, you're still forcing something to come out of this exchange, right? Any kills you can get, even better. A bomb plant, man, you're set at that point. And so we do see this slow round. That right there, that smoke, just looks like a smoke to you and I, but to G2, that's $300 out of Big's hand. That's how they're having to think about matters right now. Pinching every penny. And that's also money wasted. Yeah, HP off Hunter, but I'll take it. Considering Hunter invested $300 in this round, he's taken more than that out the hands of XANTARES just on the nades alone. So here comes this Palace push. Going to be set up, at least you're hoping so, by a flashbang, but it doesn't come through. Instead, XANTARES turning on a dime is there and should be good to lock this round in. The tap at the end to close it out onto Nexa.
He's like a ballerina. Like, it's amazing. He's spinning,
he does
flicking.
better when he spins.
Yeah.
Like, you know, yeah. He's like the Beyblade of Counter-Strike. You rear him up, and then there he is spinning around, putting up kills.
It's like your matchmaking games, except this guy's actually legit. And oh my goodness, look at him go over the shoulder. Just finding every kill in the A site. No worry on the anti-eco. Bigger been keeping them clean at least. Fast out A here for G2. They're not waiting around, and they've got a big gun round here as well to do it. Keto with an orb on default. Missed second shot. The nade. Oh my, tabseN dunks them down, and Nexa wondering where it all went so wrong. Big, keep it clean on that A site. And oh my, tabseN. That is a chunky HE grenade. Keto with the assist as well, right? Bit of the 1-2 punch for Big. But that'll break your money again for G2. That just feels like a wasted round at that point. It's over so quick, you don't even get to think about it.
Yeah, and around like that, that's one where you're not thinking, yeah, we got $300 out of it for that nade. You know, that is, that's a rough one.
Oh no, we wasted 20 grand.
Yeah, to have fall apart in that fashion. Yeah. They come in with a partial buy, right? That loss bonus maxing out again. Looking over towards this B bomb site, but with mid-aggression coming through and Hunter on this lower flank, he could look to get syrson. However, Orb beats CZ, and he learns that the hard way. Big are going to have a fast rotate as well, thanks to this aggro short player with 2 already inside the B bomb site. So the rotates are fast, man. They're ready to come in. For G2, this is a rough round, and they know it. And so it might be back to just taking it slow, seeing what you can take away from Big and set yourself up for success in the future.
Yeah, Big are really good at not giving away any picks here on the CT side, right? When G2 are looking for it, they got the scout on niko. I think he's going to be hard-pressed to get anything done in middle. No one's even offering up frags. Big are, you know, setting up in B, swapping players over, and just making sure everything's covered. So, yeah, G2 have to commit to do anything. niko run boosted with the scout, but you can see the only mid-info they have is tabseN up in ladder. Is a clearable position from under. So let's see if someone's going to find him. But even then, tabseN just watches the window boost. On a timing. 30 seconds. G2 can't hang around in mid forever. niko eats a shot as well, so he's low. And now they start to move up connector. tiziaN is going to be able to spot some heads in a second. They're actually up and past him. niko, can he do anything? Because his team are all gone on the A side to XANTARES again. There's a scout shot from niko, but it's all too little too late. He doesn't want to die after time, and tiziaN will give him that at the very least. 7-4, and a very good game from Big right now. They've recovered well after, you know, sleeping at the wheel a bit back on Inferno. T-side was just lacking in all fronts, only finding 3 rounds at the start of the half, and that was it. G2, they don't want to go down with a whimper again. We've already seen the recovery back on the previous map that they showed us near the end of the T side, so this is where it could all start once more. Their fast A rush in the last gun round was not the answer, and so they're back to more of a default.
Ooh, a bit of an ugly kill to give away. tabseN caught pulling nades out. Oh dear. Oh dear, Kenny on the angle. syrson, yeah, is in trouble regardless, right? He's going to have to hop himself out of a situation like this or get flashed out. If he tries to run it dry, syrson's dead. Kenny don't miss sitters like this. syrson was looking for this top mid trade. While this is all going on, there's a bit of action over in the apartments. There's still just this standoff between the 2 orbs, and neither one knows This could be misinformation for G2, maybe believing that the connector doesn't have syrson in this close angle with the AWP. So can he capitalize on that? niko's got no idea. niko doesn't know, but syrson doesn't know either. He's sneaking in. He's going to catch them boosting out from underneath on the boost, but they still get a man up into the window. niko dies so that Hunter could fly up into the window position while the rest of the gang move into this B site. Hunter, with him disrupting rotations, you need this B hole to look good, and tiziaN will hold the fort for now. Very, very low, and with players here, Hunter running amok over in the connector, it's all getting a little bit worrying now. tiziaN, you need a kill, and there it is. It's left to Kito in the 1v2 with no idea where Hunter is. He's having to take a lot of time clearing these angles as he rotates in through the market. Up in the retake, he does have a kit. It's that worry about Hunter. It's the lack of information as to where that window player's gotten to that's really putting doubt in his mind. He's inside the site, close to Kenny. He's seen him. They hear the scope. The tag is in. The USP's out, and he's dancing around the pillar. Kenny trying to keep his wits about him, trying to locate Kito on this AWP, but he can't, and the USP wins that first fight. Now tapping the bomb, and that's when Hunter swings. G2 up onto 5, and it's niko dying so that Hunter can succeed on that window boost that locks in the round for G2.
Oh boy, what a catastrophe. What a nice try from tiziaN though as well on B, right? He's on the double cat setup. It's the last thing that G2 expected. tiziaN gets everything he can in a double kill there, and Hunter, the re-peek is very risky, just going right back in for the fight, but he actually catches Kito tapping the bomb to force the peek, right? Playing ahead of it. Oh my, Kito mollies the window and runs through it to jump cat, only taking 5 damage. But he actually missed the timing. niko's out again, and that's back-to-back picks in middle for niko. He has been naughty indeed in the middle area. Finding tabseN last round, Kito this time. And one of those AWPs lost in the source. Pushed towards B as tiziaN, flashed in. There's that deep app smoke they threw from spawn. The spray almost catches manawwk up close, and he fires back, so tiziaN knows there's a player on the corner. There's also a flash dodged. manawwk, oh, he's got the glil. It's nasty. It's not pretty. And tiziaN's caught switching weapons. No one's killing him yet. This is so weird. How does he get this smoke down? No way he's going to live here, surely. But the flash blinds Hunter. And somehow, some way, tiziaN lives to tell the tale.
Yeah, it's a very literal saying, right? You know, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. And that's what happens there to Hunter trying to go in with the flash. It's kept things even in the 4-on-4. G2, they really want to deal with you, tiziaN. They really don't like you being here in the apartments. And nexa, looking like a pissed off landlord ready to put him up for eviction, is about to come around this corner. It's a stalemate.
Where's the molly, man? You know he's here. You got a molly. Like...
Yeah, nexa has one. He's holding on to it, but instead they're just going to look to peek it.
Oh, not again.
Oh, don't feed him. Don't give him more. He's up on the couch. He's just chilling out. tiziaN, there they go with the double swing, and they're in for tiziaN. There's another man back in the apartments. tiziaN could be onto a winner, mollied out, but they just can't deal with him. You just can't get rid of this guy. tiziaN's not giving it up, and Kenny's got to save. tiziaN, are you going to try him for the peek? Oh dear, Kenny, how the turns have tabled. There's the peek from behind, and it's tabseN to reel him in.
What on earth is that? I mean, the one reason that G2 don't throw the molly in is the timer is so low, right? They have about 20 seconds when tiziaN gets that double, but they're waiting for so long for that player to come up catwalk so they can split B. I feel like in that time, you could have just dropped the molly as at least as a precaution, try to clear him out, stop him from escaping, or even forcing him to escape so you can actually go towards the B bomb site. That felt like a wasted opportunity for G2, and tiziaN is able to get so much done from such a weird position. Lovely deep B smoke for Big though, and Kito pushed up on A. A has been hard for G2 at the best of times to even get into the bomb site. Going to give it a go, jumping through the palace, tabseN mowing them down, and it should be an easy affair for him. Kito kills another, and a spray to the bomb. Good luck, goodbye, more like, as no one dies on the side of Big. 9 rounds at the half, 1 more to play.
I haven't really seen much out of Kenny's AWP. He hasn't had it in a lot of these rounds, and whenever he has, it's been pretty anticlimactic.
Well, this is it, all to play for G2. 6 can be the difference between a win and a loss on this T side. AK's out fully. XANTARES making the cat jump, watching top mid. He knows no one's crossed yet, or at least he certainly hopes so. But peeking away means he misses some timings and has to consider.
Look at tiziaN.
Yeah, and this is a B play as well for G2. It's a worst case scenario. tiziaN, the man of many multi-kills, looking to do it again. And he's going to have info ahead of time, so ahead of time. Even if he dies, he can make the call that it's a B play. The flashes are going over the top. Oh, they blind him, but they run right by.
Oh,
tiziaN lets a pass and shoots him in the arse. He only gets 2, but that's a damn good hold.
Yeah, that's enough, right? A 4-on-3 in the retake. XANTARES has also moved into these apartments. They're just letting anyone in these days. Now look at it, it's another man up here. Kenny very quickly realizes he's fighting for his life and he can't get it over the line. Big 10-5, double digits locked in. They pale on this map in comparison to Inferno. Big leading the charge, trying to do everything. Ready to embark on this one. You see a little bit of utility, a little sprinkling of utility between nanawwk and Hunter. Kit in play as well. Utility out for Big as they send a couple of players over here towards middle. Looking like they're going to try and smoke off this window, go for an A split, but niko could uproot that entire plan. He catches tiziaN, lining up the nades. That's brutal, man. You've lost all that utility for nothing. And now a man down as the A play tries to pick up some steam, but it's getting derailed by G2. The Deagle's out for k1to. That's a ballsy investment, but we know these German Deags aren't something to be trifled with.
This is a really big gamble, though, right? You're split up right now, and k1to's not been given any more kills to try and sell this fake further. I say that, but G2 have actually fallen for this hook, line, and sinker. They've moved everyone out of the B bomb site. There's a big flank for Hunter, which might be good if they realize it's B, but that's the question. Do they realize? They hear the plant, k1to tries to run away, and he might be caught with knife in hand, which gives away the aim of the game to Hunter. Now they know it's B. Why is he running round? They ask themselves as nanawwk pieces together the picture. syrson gets aggressive, and he needs to win this fight now, but nanawwk is running for the hills, trying to regroup with his team. syrson can't flank here. He does have a molly for the bomb, but they have a smoke and a nade and a kit. Everything in the favor of G2. Can syrson turn the odds?
Yeah, he's got to do the impossible here, right? 1v3, they smoke the bomb, in with the peak, syrson swinging out, they're all around him, and there's nanawwk locking in the round with the kill. G2, they get onto 6, they find that pistol. Big do well to get a bomb plant out of it at the very, very least, but that's not what you're telling yourself there, as that one gets snatched away from you.
Yeah, they even, on that 3-on-1, you know, the play with the smoke isn't the same player with the kit, so they smoke the bomb, they tap it, and they immediately get off, knowing that's going to force syrson's hand, and then the kit player Hunter just jumps on it as soon as he can, and so syrson's wasting time, you know, shooting in a smoke with no diffuser, but he doesn't know that, and the molly gets, you know, made redundant as a result. All right, forced by for Big, and G2 given a second opportunity to still close this in a 2-map series. Certainly easier said than done. They're going to need a near flawless CT side, but that's a good start. Already killing tabseN, coming up cat gives away the aim of the game into this B bomb site. nanawwk smokes the molly, and he has lots of room to move, but he is blinded and overwhelmed by the Galil. Oh, tiziaN digging down another, and B has been open like a can of worms. Plant allowed, nade could be good, but it's not going to get any kills in this one, and now the retake is on with Kenny low.
Yeah, double short side. Kenny, he's even bowing out, man. He's like conceded the idea of that market retake. All 3 players grouped up on the catwalk. And nexa creates some space. tiziaN boosted up with that deagle is good to leave us back into a 2-on-2. XANTARES still hidden, still tucked in. They don't know about him at the back of this bomb site. So even as they deal with tiziaN, they're not ready for that left hook from XANTARES. Another peek, and it's niko to hold on. The defuse is going to be close, but it's 7 on the board for G2 as that 1v1 goes their way.
Thank goodness niko grabbed the kit off of Hunter's body as well, right? Like, that was the one kit in the round. They almost could have lost it to time with Big stalling really, really well in the post plant. But 3 players coming up from cat was the answer for G2. Even if Kenny's dead, he's providing enough cover, enough problems for Big to focus on. The other teammates are able to get so close in the site. And now Big, I mean, it was a force buy. Well, they've done it again. They come back in with big guns, knowing that they brought G2 to their knees with the economy. It's a better buy for Big than it is for the CT side. Scout shot hits nexa. I mean, look at this buy for G2, is so whack, right? They only had 1 player surviving, so a single M4, Hunter on a Galil. and they have no idea. Finally, the scout gets the info. Kenny with the grenade could have finished the job, but instead, Big are now flooding out into that A site, taking control of the jungle and the stairwell. Hunter with the opening kill, and he's come off of B with a plan as well. The bomb's at top mid. He needs to get to safety. He doesn't know it, but he's avoiding death from above. Hunter trying to clear jungles, and niko's is walking into this A site, and he has no idea what waits behind the smoke. It's niko to get the kill instead, and tabseN in spawn. This is like a deathmatch server right now. T's are all over the place, but this bomb still needs to be given a pathway into A, and right now Hunter has it under lock, but he looks away, and so does the scout. It's a mess, and it's murder in the connector with a bomb drop. tabseN no chance, surely.
Yeah, 50 seconds, plenty of time to work as Magic, but just not a lot of magic to work with. Oh, there's the peak from nexa. And G2, it got scary there for a moment. I think Hunter is the key to that whole thing. Like, not only getting the opener, but then hitting a really good timing to get into connector. Like, even if his teammates in the site had less success than they did, no one was ready for Hunter being where he was. And so G2, they get to 8. For Big, man, the money's gone. Like, the idea of keeping this force buying up is out the window. And so G2 now, they're getting this game down to the wire.
It was an admirable attempt for Big, right? Like, buying there was definitely the right call, considering they had far better weaponry than G2, but they don't get it over the line, and that's going to get G2 more and more opportunities to, you know, pull back this half and get in control of the money as well. Building up their own economy is so important on the CT side to avoid just getting reset. Pressure on B for tiziaN. Is he really going to commit here? The molly, oh, he can't make his mind up. He jumps through it into the smoke, but yeah, the nade will finish the job, and this heavy B-side setup is more than enough.
No.
Unlucky for tabseN. And niko, he's looking crispy indeed. Second kill, more to come in the connector, and they are not armed to deal with him. I say that. That's a 6 shot from syrson, who now has an AK.
You got to get past Kenny S. And syrson makes it look easy. Goes blow for blow with him. There is this CT player, though, who's causing them a little bit of a problem. Oh, all right, syrson. Okay, buddy. He's in with 3, and he's trying to save this round with the AK that they retrieved. Down towards the connector. Both players moving in for the CT retake. The flash actually blinds the first man in, but Hunter will recover. Blinding nexa, sends him in as bait, and then mops up the remaining 2. It's a defuse for G2, finding a 9th, but that round there, getting very, very close, and with lost bonus maxed out, combine that with the bomb plan, money is no issue for Big. For G2, it's now starting to become a problem.
Yeah, they've got to invest everything, right, in all of these rounds, because they keep losing players to Big's ecos and force buys. But as long as you're winning the rounds, right, that's a sigh of relief for G2. 4-0 in the half. One more to equal things up. And Big now have everything they need and more, as you say. AWP on syrson. Going to meet Kenny, hopefully in the middle. But Kenny's actually set towards B out of spawn. The solo B player, big risk. And players moving to the top of mid. G2 going to try and force the fight. The flash is so good. tabseN, that could have been a double with no one looking his way, but a pop in his face. And now Kenny needs to hold down this B site against the solo tiziaN. He gets legged. The pistol's out. And support is in from G2, who passed perfectly. A pop mid back to Cat. And now into A, where only XANTARES sits. Does get a double, but the bomb is so far from him.
Yeah, at the very, very least, right, G2, you know if you're Big that their rotations are in chaos, but oh no, Hunter hears the footsteps. He's about to see the bomb. The rotations are coming in from the rest of G2, so they're at least nearby, and Hunter being this deep, XANTARES, he is going to nail it. And so now things get very, very interesting. They've seen he didn't have the bomb. G2 trying to get aggressive, at least over towards ramp. They want this information, but is that going to mean they pay the ultimate price? XANTARES grabbing that bomb from outside the apartments. Now begins this B play, this assault onto the B bomb site. G2, their numbers are spread thinly, right? They've got 1 in mid, 1 in A, but Kenny does have a good read. Gonna get here nice and quickly. XANTARES moving in. Kenny's already on the angle, but XANTARES is ahead of him. He's ahead of this play. The rotation's in at the market as well, and XANTARES is stuck. How on earth is he going to get out of that one into the open? And that's where Kenny nails him. 10-10, a damn good try from XANTARES, considering that began as a 1v5, getting it down to a 1v2, and almost the bomb plant. You know, it's a round where if anyone else had found anything, then maybe there was more of a chance.
Yeah, I just didn't believe it, right? Too good to be true, thinking the B site was open there, so he doesn't actually stick to plant in the first place. He could have planted anywhere but for the cat, which is where he eventually ends up trying to get to. Kenny heard him running from some time ago. That's why nawwk was already in the market in time, having left A. So it's getting exciting, though. It's getting close. G2 a flawless half, 5 in a row. And Big, they would have loved that bomb plant as well, right? Even though they've got big loss bonus, you know, there's going to be some weaknesses here, even if they do commit with an investment. So maybe time to save a bit of money.
It's mental, man. Like G2, they've gone back into that same mindset they were in on Inferno, which is just no respect. Like, you know, they just beat the opposition in the fights. That round there, the top mid aggression was perfect. It baited the wide swing in from tabseN, which, as you say, left him blind to the pop flash and then open to, I think it was nawwk back in the window. It's some really nice, like, combination plays between G2 where the individuals can just shine. And it's setting them up really well. This round, Big. Speaking of bright individuals, they've given the AK to XANTARES. He was close to making a difference in that last round, and they're hoping, they're praying that he can do it again.
Please, they're begging. Will he answer the call? Mid conceded by G2. Big were perfectly fine with doing similar things in their CT side as well. Not wanting to give away those opening kills. AWP for Kenny as well, sat towards a ticket, supporting on that A site as nexa sits under the balcony. niko just watches for the boost and nothing more. And he may get exactly what he wants. Big have 2 players down low. Smoke in. Very common to see T's do that and you know, boost players up into the smoke. Right now they could use that to get anywhere. Get up Con, get up Cat, set towards a split. XANTARES is on A, so you're presuming this is where the round's going to end. But Big don't want to telegraph that too much. Hunter gets full flashed out as he was about to peek into middle, so he's denied info. But he goes back in with a pop of his own and sees nothing. That only leans into, you know, G2 expecting an A player. niko's now confirmed the first kill. k1to coming through and taps in the connector with a doming shot onto niko with a P250. Burning out, though, in the connector. Hunter deals with the rotate, and G2 were more than ready for that A play. Nothing happens of any interest for Big. Relying on one rifle, it doesn't even get to say a word. Big now coming in with another full buy round. But it's do or die right now. They've yet to field a round on this T side.
And a pause called in. It was all looking so good for Big.
Yeah.
It was looking like plain sailing to get us to Vertigo. And G2 does, as G2 often does, cause you problems, start to take that away from you. And of course, G2, right? They were finally...
How we saw from G2 in the first map, right? It wasn't as big a comeback, but it was, you know, one of notable value. A 7-3 for Big. Everything looked like it was perfect, and G2 somehow flawlessly take the half and then storm over the second. So, yeah, we're seeing similar signs here, and G2 just have no fear in them. Kenny finding syrson early. Again, a fight that he has seldom lost, if ever. And 2 pushing Palace. They hear this ramp control. It may be walking back for Big, but are their eyes on the prize? This is a hard angle to fight for XANTARES. The fence gets in the way a lot of the time, and they run. niko definitely heard footsteps there. He doesn't want to capitalize, though. He's going to use the info instead. You can see Hunter's already begun a rotation back towards the B site. niko's playing patient in case they double back. But at a certain point, niko can just fully commit, clear out spawn, and call for the full B stack. I don't know why G2 haven't stacked it at this point. Hunter's still looking at middle, still taking his time on this rotate, and niko's patience may not pay off after all if G2 aren't convinced. There it is. The timing comes through, niko clears it, and now Kenny's in position to stop the B play.
And they're first trying to catch this timing at short, but he's brought down low. Now the B play is coming in. Kenny and nawwk make quick work of these players in the apartments. They're not getting into the bomb site. tabseN, the last man left, the only man left for Big. Oh, he's got targets on his screen, but he can't quite find them. There's the kill to Kenny. Still with time, but it is starting to tick away from him. 30 seconds left on this clock to get the bomb down. And up in the apartments, niko lurked on that backstab. tabseN's gone, and G2 are in with the 12th. It's stripped up.
Everything's working like that. When the calls are perfection, when they're reading the game, how are Big supposed to win any rounds? G2 know where they're going before they're even there. Here, oh dear, more pistols. And no success on these 4 spies either. Big have had many in this T side. Hunter's got to watch out, stay wary. They are close in middle, boosting into the window again. Keto with the bomb. Big risk. If he loses it, the round is done.
I never like it. I never like this. Yeah, and Keto realizes he's like, well, I do not want to give that away. And so they put him back in there. And it's a damn good thing that he leaps out and drops the bomb first, because he dies shortly after. tabseN Steagle. He inspires some kind of hope. In with the B play, Amanek. Amanek's been good at holding B, man. He's been hard to get past for Big. Time and time again, rising to the occasion, anchoring this bomb site. And this round, no exception to that rule. The double up, the rotations, perfectly timed, perfectly executed. G2 up onto 13. And now we've got maybe one last hurrah for Big.
Yeah, they're just so ready. Like, have Big ever walked into a site where G2 don't have like 3 players in position or at least on rotation? Like, the info has always been there. If not the info, then the reads. And this has been a masterclass from G2. Really liking to see this. And again, as mentioned earlier, 4 series in a row, Big have beaten G2. Wow, that curse finally getting lifted by the looks of things. CeRq, can he say anything about this? Oh no, not even looking at the window. There was no smoke down. I think it missed. It looked like it bounced out. It was actually a molly, sorry. It missed and it bounced off the edge of the window and hit underpass for Big. With a missed molly, it cost them their AWPer and maybe even the map with it.
Amanek is so ready for this angle. Look at it. Oh. I don't want to curse anything.
Stop it, Harry. Man.
No, Amanek's got this in the bag. There's no way he messes this up. Look at him. He's so smart, side of the bench. Amanek, you ain't getting past Amanek.
niko's just flexing again. He just re-peeks middle with no flash and kills a second player. Like, there's just no getting away with it for Big. They're just falling like flies, one by one by one. None of these kills have been traded. 3 individual 1v1s, one by G2, and Big don't even have players there to respond.
Yeah, it's like what a switch up from that first half. Like, these don't even look like the same caliber of teams anymore. G2, they're making a statement, and that statement is they're not in Katowice to play around. They're looking for those playoffs. They're looking to do well at this event. And Big, sadly, the team that's standing in their way have got to go. I've
got to say, we haven't really seen any sort of executes from Big in this T side. Like, it felt like on Inferno as well, Big didn't really get the chance to do what they wanted. Think about the back-to-back rounds in which Amanek was flashed into ult mid in the apartments, and he found double kills both times in like 2 of the last rifle rounds for Big to actually make anything happen. And so, you know, immediately starting 3-on-5, well, that's just garbage. Like, you just lose the round really most of the time there, unless G2 make a mistake. And this game is the same in this T side. We're not seeing Big. They haven't gone for you know, flat out A execute with a jungle stairs smoke, like one of the most hallmark standard plays on this map. Their B rushes have been murdered, and every time they've gone there, G2 have had flanks or stacks in the bomb sites. Mid control, well, niko, we've already seen, has just been picking picks out of every direction. Like, what can Big look at and go, yeah, this has worked? Nothing. But it certainly doesn't help when they haven't run any proper executes. And they might be running out of chances. This is it. The last buy, the last hurrah, maybe the last couple of rounds of Katowice for Berlin International Gaming.
Oh, and look at it, man. It's the same as Inferno. G2 want to lay this one to rest before it even becomes a problem. The mid-aggression this time, seeking to upset the flow of things. Amanek, this time they get past him in the B bomb site. That has been a rarity. Now, the trades are fast from Nexa to leave the 4v4 open, but it's cancelled out by XANTARES. And so this is now a good spot. This is actually the best spot that Big have been in this entire second half. A bomb down and a 4-on-3 post plant. Oh,
that's a flash.
Yeah. All right, XANTARES having a drop smoke to keep himself alive. And Kenny now G2 are interested again. They were considering just going for the save. That kill, will that tempt them back in? So a lot of times already ticked off, right? They know if they can keep a couple of players in the site and, you know, remove some players to the bomb, then that's actually going to set them up really quite nicely to close this game out. And they're doing a good job of that. You cannot afford to lose everyone here if you're Big. And so thankfully, syrson stays alive. That's something at least. But look at the money. Look at what it's left them with up against 14.
Yeah, Big's buys haven't been great anyway, right? Like, we've had rounds with players saving, we've had rounds with, you know, hero AKs and pistol rounds. And what that is, like, you know, it's definitely a call that's worth the risk. When we have seen that, like, XANTARES buys an AK into an eco, and then next round he has no utility, or next round he's playing Galil. So it's like, yeah, Big's buys haven't even been perfect, but that's somewhat their own doing. And even in this round, as a result of losing 4 players, Deeg, Galil, Scout, it's not what you want with elimination on the line, but you got to make do with what you've got. G2, the full old school Astralis top mid execute. They throw the smoke and the molly at the back. So Big can't even get out into middle. And now Kenny's posted on the catwalk. He can deny anything and everything, but that's a beautiful shot. tabseN, one of the 2 AKs, finding that opening kill, a necessity for Big to win this round.
Oh, manawwk trying to push in. tiziaN's waiting for exactly this, and now manawwk realizes he's in danger. Sadly, that realization comes too late. They spot a market rotation, but tiziaN will be there to do some damage and slow it down. Big, they're not committing to B. They're going back. They're going back into this A bomb site. Now, nexa's already there waiting in CT. They take out niko, and suddenly this last man is at A, which is where they were planning on taking this bomb. Are they changing their mind again? Because these players are now wrapping into B, but the bomb is still sat in connector. This could go wrong. This could still get out of hand. And thankfully, syrson is there to deliver the kill. There was a worrying moment where, like, if that bomb gets dropped, if nexa does anything, like, remarkable in that situation, suddenly it's way harder than it had to be. But I think that kind of speaks volumes as to how worried Big are. You know, they're trying to play it so cleanly, so perfectly. They don't want to run into a site in a 4v1 and risk throwing it all away.
Yeah, tabseN, he doesn't want to go out early. Look at that, the scoreboard, 25 kills for tabseN. For, you know, the bottom end of things for Big, k1to, one of the heroes of that B bomb site on Inferno, he's set at 9 kills right now. He's having,
and he has been all second half, by the way. Oh no, tabseN's out of the round early. Your big hitter, your big fragger gone, and now having to lead the team from beyond the grave. Nice tap from tiziaN. manawwk's deleted. tiziaN looked like he had enough, but cancelled out by Hunter. The trade needs to happen, and they just cannot get past this man. k1to will finally break his silence, getting that one. But is there any more? A 1v3 from someone who got their first kill in this second half in this round. What can he do? A minute and 10 seconds left. There's already a player in the site that he doesn't know anything about. He's backed up into Kenny, who walks through the smoke and locks in 15 for G2.
Oh, they're just having fun with it now, aren't they? Great hold from Hunter on the B bomb site as well. niko finally hits 30 kills, and Kenny to close as well. My, oh my. Finding the opener onto tabseN was perfect too, right? You know, the heavy hitter, as you say, for Big, and he's gone seconds into the round. That's when you really start to lose hope watching from the sidelines. What have we got for Big here in their last 3 chances? They're trying to make it OT happen. 3 in a row they'll need, and they've barely been able to get rounds on the board in this map, or at least in the second half. niko, he's everywhere he needs to be, back trapped behind the sandwich. But Big actually bailed from A. They had the bomb outside of the site, but now they're doubling back in through T-spawn. Some call has been made. Based on what we won't know, but it's the right read for now with 3 players sat deep in the A site, plus the orb. syrson's going to get run boosted, no armor. Oh, he's just taking an upper peak to look towards connector. He knows Kenny's been in that position from time to time, but right now, Big. They've got both options open, right? With tiziaN under, he can go back to B if they change their mind. But right now, with XANTARES and Palace, it does look like A is the site in question. Kenny needs to be connected to get this information. But now the orb is honed in on his position. He just tucks back and holds ramp.
XANTARES is going to prove to be key. Like, a lot of this round comes down to how successful can XANTARES be on this timing. And if the answer's not very... and Big are not going to like what G2 have in store. They've somehow wrapped into window. This is very, very weird. Like, they are stuck in between 2 corridors of G2 players. syrson gets the B info. That bomb trying to go through the murder hole. The peek's back in from Kenny into CT spawn, so he can end this whole round. There's a lot of them, though. And tabseN will nail it. syrson as well helps open up at the B side, but they've lost numbers everywhere. The B player's been deleted, as has XANTARES falling back out of Palace. So now manawwk, this problem B hold that they just couldn't couldn't get past, is left in it. Gets it down to this 2v2. Bomb now planted, both players at the catwalk for G2, and it's all on the line now for Big. There's no second tries, there's no second chances, and it's tabseN, the man to try and keep the dream alive. He tucks it all down at the back of the site, all his cards on the table, and in with the swing. There's the first, just niko left to beat. tabseN, lots of damage, but running low on HP. niko's gonna nail the shot, and G2 have done it. They take the victory. They take Big down in 2, and they get it done on the back of a tremendous comeback. Oh my, Big's adventure here